A leader takes the people where they want to go, but a great leader takes the people where they don't want to go, but ought to be. And on that note, I welcome you to Know Your Representative, the program that bridges the visible gap between lawmakers and their constituents. I am Mariah Olasheinde. Today on the show, we're going to Abia State. Yes, you heard me right, Abia State, Bende Federal Constituency. And that's the constituency of the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Rt.Hon.Benjamin Kalu. We'll take a short break and I'll be back soon. Stay with us. The task of the leaders is to get their people from where they are to where they've not been.
The job is simple: to provide effective representation for your people and also be a strong voice.
How do we hold our leaders accountable in the business of lawmaking and representation?
There should be more scholarship for children to be able to go to school.
Faleke is a man of God. He has been doing it. He has been helping people.
And how do the people ensure that their constituency projects are executed to the letter? Do they even know their representatives at the states and national assemblies?
He touched so many lives across the states.
We're ready to go the extra mile just to show Nigerian your constituency projects, both federal, state, and local government level. Know your representative with Mariah Olasheinde, bridging the visible gap.
This is to invite the Deputy Speaker.
I represent the good people of Nigeria, starting from Bende Federal Constituency.
Rt.Hon.Benjamin, Kalu. I represent the people of Nigeria, starting from Bende Federal Constituency. Request for the resolution of the National Assembly to implement new external borrowing in the 2025 appropriation.
Hello and welcome to Know Your Representative, the program that bridges the visible gap between lawmakers and their constituents. I am Mariah Olasheinde. Today on the show, I have the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives and a ranking lawmaker representing the good and illustrious people of Bende Federal Constituency of Abia State, Rt.Hon.Benjamin Kalu. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're popularly called Enyi Abia. So how does it feel being the Enyi of Abia?
It's a title that was given to me by all the traditional rulers in Abia State. They gathered to honor me with this title. And there's only one holder of that title in a lifetime. So the former person that was holding it died not too long ago, and he has to pass to a new person. And they actually consider a great son that has achieved, a lot to deserve that position. Both traditional rulers and the government, on the Governor Alex Oti, on the 28th of December 2023, found me worthy to hold this position. It's a position of trust because it means that you represent the strength of the state. Mm-hmm.
So now let's move to your constituency, Bende Federal Constituency. Let's talk about the roads, the schools, and health. So let us I know you've done a lot, but let's hear from you.
Well, I represent a rural community. Ours is not a city. And I grew up there. At some point in my life, I grew up there. And while growing up, I saw the challenges of my people. And those challenges ranges from, roads to basic infrastructure, And I took a decision that whenever the opportunity comes, we're going to focus on making impact in those areas. In regards to education, being closer to the people, classroom blocks, because after the war, we suffered studying under the trees and all that, broken roof, leaking roof and all that. So no clean water, long distance to fetch water, post-harvest destruction in the farms because there is no feeder roads for the farmers to come. And hospitals not within 5-kilometer radius. And so a whole lot of them. And the community is not looking for fiber optics. They're not looking for all those. They're looking for basic infrastructure. And that is where we are currently focusing on. And also something that will make their life easier in cause of improving the economy of the community.
So the roads, do you have meetings with your constituents? If you want to do a project, do you sit with them? Do you have interactions? What do you want me to do? Or you just take your decision and say, I feel my people need those roads, or they need the schools, or they need the markets. So how often do you meet with your people?
Yeah, we have what we call town hall meetings, periodic town hall meetings. And during such town hall meetings, we do an appraisal of what we have done with our representation and allow them ask questions, allow them criticize what we have done, take the constructive criticisms and work on filling the gaps, and explaining to them where need be, and then asking them what we should prioritize on. You know that we have limited resources. We are not executives. You ask them, what can we achieve with the little we have? Because you can't do everything at the same time. And the community leaders over there are stakeholders, the President General of town unions, and traditional rulers, leaders of faith-based organizations, technocrats, students, market women, all the stakeholders over there. So through that engagement, we narrow down to what is, most important to the community. It is important to note that it's not everything that appears on their list that gets attended to because of our limited resources, but we'll try to spread across the entire federal constituency so that you will not have a lopsided representation and it will be biased, because all of them voted for me massively and they all deserve to be attended to. Even those who didn't vote for me, either because, even if they didn't vote for me, I owe it to them to make sure that in governance that they are well taken care of, especially their needs. So we have, we shortlist based on our available resources, we spread it out across the entire federal constituency, and also based on availability of funds.
Talking about funds, I want to believe that the increments that the state gets, both the Senate and the House of Representatives also gets. I heard that the funds have been increased as well, maybe twice what you used to get as well. So would it reflect? It should reflect in what you're giving to your constituents as well.
It's actually a beautiful question. A beautiful question because the removal of the oil subsidy, the beautiful reform of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, courageous reform. The President has insisted that the resources accruing out of that reform goes to the states. So the budget of the National Assembly has remained the same for over 10 years. And that is a fact. So at the federal, we are not feeling the proceeds from that reform. But we are supporting the president to channel those resources to the states. And that is why some of us are asking questions at the state level. I said, these funds we supported to come to you.
Because you're closer to the grassroots.
Yes, we are closer to the grassroots. We're supposed to have access to more in terms of the inflow now based on this. But maybe strategically speaking, this is how it is at the moment. Maybe moving forward, the parliament is pushing for an improved constituency projects, funding to enable the representative achieve more. The budget of the executive and that of legislature is not, ours is not to execute. Ours is to represent and make proposal to the executive. We want these interventions here and that is the same way all over the world. So funding has been the same, but this present administration is also working hard to assess intervention fund for members to do more. In fact, effort was made towards that direction by Mr. President, and we are looking forward to it materializing soon.
So what's the Bende Federal Constituency of your dream?
The Bende Federal Constituency of my dream has always been a place that is well represented before the center, which is this federal government. Over the years, before I joined the race to represent them, I felt the federal constituency needed more. They needed more, impact, from government. So that was my driving force, because we were, after the war, as you know, Bende Federal Constituency happened to be one of those constituencies badly affected by the war. And outside losing people, we lost a lot of infrastructure. So rebuilding the place, needs a person who understands the needs of the people and the person who has the political will to solve them, not just title, not just answering representatives, and some people join politics just to answer the title and have the status, and that is it. But for some of us, we see it as a call to service, and because we had what we were doing before we joined politics, and we also don't want to stay in politics forever. We want to come, make our impact, and go back to what we are doing, and groom others to take over with their own new innovation to push forward. So I believe in building the communities that build the nation. If you build the community one after the other, you end up building the nation. So that's the bend of my dream, where hospitals are accessible, schools are accessible, clean water is accessible, good roads accessible, whether it is called federal road or rural road or state road, it doesn't matter, but let people make use of them to be able to, better their businesses, easy movement, health facilities are there, well equipped to take care of people, and all that. That the students are able to go to school and prepare themselves for the future and all that. Skill acquisition centers are there for people to, electricity is there. We are battling, and unfortunately we've not been lucky in the area I come from, the power holding companies have not able to crack a long-standing problem of light power, but we are using alternative sources of energy. Like I don't know if you saw the solar farm, where we're generating from alternative source of energy. There's another solar farm. I have about 2 built now. We have a couple of them lined up. We're going to build so that while we are waiting to be reconnected to the national grid, we can use solar energy to power some of what is happening in that. So far, it's working. We're already providing electricity to those who are doing their small businesses through the solar farm, and we hope to increase it from one phase to the other.
Okay. So you're facilitating roads, You're reconstructing some schools, you're building schools and all that. So now, how many local governments do we have under Bende?
Bende is the biggest local government in Nigeria that has not been divided since 1976. Every other local government has been divided. Bende is the oldest. Bende is supposed to have 3 local governments. It's supposed to have Bende North, Bende South, and Bende Central. Because on one side of Bende, you have Akwa Ibom. On the other side of Bende, you have Ebonyi State. So you see, Bende is huge. You know, it's you can't travel across Bende in few hours. It take you long hours to go from one part of Bende, from Ugweke, which is bordering Ebonyi, to Itumbuzo, which is bordering Akwa Ibom. So it's bigger than 2 local governments. So that is why whatever you bring to that federal constituency gets swallowed because of the population and the land mass, and so we are hoping that over time the federal government will look into splitting Bende into 3 local governments so that the federal resources will have better impact.
Okay, I want to bring you home now. You mentioned the name of the local government. I'd like you to say, in this local government, I've done these roads. When you mention the local name, it makes it, you're in tune with your people. This local government, the name of the streets, you mention it. I've done the streets, I've done the schools. We have our records, but I want you to say it so that you understand what I'm saying, Dede. So I want you to mention it like that.
Remember all of them.
No, it might not be all, but just mention. I like you mentioned the name of the local government. We're talking about grassroots here. Yeah. So please just help us.
Okay, so in Bende, the roads I've done actually many. I've done 82 Law, Itumbuzo Road. Part of it has been done by me. I'm currently doing Obibia Road. And then if you leave that axis and you come to Bende Town, I've done Ndokoruku Road. I've done Abomiri Road. I've done Umoche Road. I've done Grammar School Road.
We have the Ubibia,
we have a Link Road. I don't know if they took you to that one.
Yes.
Abamozo, Ndokoruku, 82 Law, Link Road.
Serves as a link road with them, Akwa Ibom State.
So we've been working hard to make sure that we spread the rules across the entire federal constituency. I may not remember all of them now. And there are so many oncoming roads. We're just waiting for funding.
Then the schools. I also want us to mention the schools. I have the Omarubo Primary School.
It'll be difficult to remember almost 52 schools. I've built a whole lot of schools, Bende Central School, where I started my primary school, community school, Umoche, Etitulo School, Itumbuzo, Okobodi School, that's so many of them. Umuhu, Items. We've built a whole lot of schools across the federal constituency, too numerous to mention. The same thing with health centers, we built Ntalaku Health Center, Item also we built health center. The one in Bende, I was the one who also built it. In fact, I built 2 in Bende Town, and a whole lot.
Okay, so now let's talk about the market women.
Yes.
So what have you done, or what are your plans for them?
The market women and youth, we have always done training programs for them to teach them how to, benefit from agro business initiatives. Some of them who have taught them how they can, make use of the grants that we give to them to double their businesses. And some of them have become massive in the course of these 6 years. I was surprised last December when some of the people were taught how to run their own poultry, and we gave them birds. We gave thousands of birds. I was surprised when they brought me a lot of chicken, and I said, "What is it from?" He said, "These big chickens, they came from their poultry." And So for such people, we will support them more.
Scholarships?
A lot of it. I believe in education, and in fact, that was where I was started. While we were still in court, when I came on board, the first time, the second time, we focus on students and getting scholarships for them under my foundation, Benjamin Kalu Foundation, in fact, which predates my coming into office. It's been working since 2003, but I got into office 2019. So,
okay, still talking about the scholarship. I know that the scholarship you give goes beyond your federal constituency. So can you tell us more about other places?
I wonder how you had that, but it's the truth. When I introduce myself in the house, I always say, I'm Benjamin Kalu. I represent the people of Nigeria, starting from Bende Federal Constituency. So Nigeria is my constituency. So, and wherever I see pockets of needs and I am able to help, I don't discriminate and say, oh, this is not my constituency. So I extended this scholarship to 19 states in the north. And I think about 190 students in the north benefited from the scholarship from Benjamin Kalu Foundation. And it's ongoing. I think they are selecting another set of students across the states. So I have students from the north who are enjoying my scholarship.
So the people of Bende want to know what's next for DS after 2027.
The people of Bende, the people of Abia, the people of Nigeria will be the one deciding what is the next for me. For now, I'm focusing on finishing this one they have given to me. I think this one is a big assignment. I want to make sure that I do it passionately. I want to make sure that I do it patriotically. I want to make sure that when history is written, my name will be appearing in gold, that when I occupy this office, I give it my best. The position doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the people. It belongs to the members of parliament. It belongs to Nigerians. So they are my employers. So they will know whether I should be fired or I should be promoted or, I should be rehired.
Yeah,
so it all boils down to the people of Nigeria, and whichever one they discuss, I will accept in good faith. But I know they will decide right.
So yeah, wishing you success.
Thank you very much.
Sir.
Thank you. I think one of these days, people like you deserve an award. Thank you very much. Ndị Bende, ekelela m unu. Ana m ekele unu duru si mee ma abịa Abuja maka ọrụ na uneyi aka aga mana na Abuja m nọ. Unu ahụkwala na ụta isi na-eme. Anya bịa biri na Abuja lefuo unu anya. Nke ọbụla anyị na-eme na Abuja ebe ahụ ihe anyị ji eme ka obodo anyị dị mma. Ịma na campaign slogan m nwụọ maka ọdịmma Bende. Ihe ọbụla ịhụrụ anyị na-eme wụ maka ọdịmma Bende. Onwe ebe anyị na-emeta unu gwa anyị anyị emezie. Unu mana ụzọ m gwuo ọnụ mgbe ọbụla unu chọrọ ya. Anyị ga na-agba mbọ. Unu nwee nchekwube na nke dị n'ihu ka. Unu nwee okwukwe na nke dị n'ihu ka. Onwebe mgbe m kwere unu nkwa hapụ ime ya. M na-ekwekwa unu nkwa na nke na-abịa abịa karịrị nke bịarala abịa. Ọ bụrụ na anyị tụkwasị Chineke obi, Chineke nye anyị ndụ, obi anyị ga-awụ nzu mgbe na-adịghị anya, maka na nke Chineke chọrọ ime karịrị nke o mere eme. Chineke gọzie unu. Bende, mama.
This is Abia Ozitem Road to Zakoi. Since the inception of this particular democracy, started from when the Nennas, PDPs were in power, and in particular, Bende South, we have never seen this such thing. Before, this place you can't pass it. How much more the other side? But when Benjamin is through in this particular office, he has relieved this particular suffering and burdens. So this road is access, makes our products to be carried to the market.
Benjamin have done a very good work. Benjamin is doing well. Igbo people say, Okokolo Chok or not Chachao. The man is highly doing well, he's doing well. We are really appreciate. If Benjamin look whatever he look for, my community vote for him.
Mana ngwa Uncle Benjamin bịara. Chineke were Rosa Benjamin Kanu. Mụnwa no ha ndị akọlị na ndị ndagba ụzọ ọgara na nke ha ruo amọjimenyi. Na sị na ọ ga-adịrịrị Benjamin Kanu na mma n'aha Jesus.
Since I was born, I grew up here and I've lived here almost greater part of my life. I have never seen a leader who touched the people's life. I'm talking of my own people, I don't know of other communities, but my own people. I've never seen a leader who has touched people's life positively more than Benjamin Kanu. He only spent below 8 years today, but his records in Ugweke, I mean, is unbeatable.
The task of the leaders is to get their people from where they are to where they've not been.
The job is simple: to provide effective representation for your people and also be a strong voice.
How do we hold our leaders accountable in the business of lawmaking and representation?
There should be more scholarship for children to be able to go to school.
Faleke is a man of God. He has been doing it. He has been helping people.
And how do the people ensure that their constituency projects are executed to the letter? Do they even know their representatives at the states and national assemblies?
He touched so many lives across the states.
We're ready to go the extra mile just to show Nigerian your constituency projects, both federal, state, and local government level. Know your representative with Mariah, bridging the visible gap. And that's it on Know Your Representative with Mariah. Join me same time next week as I bring you another lawmaker who has impacted his or her constituents at the grassroots level. For missed episodes, you can catch up on our YouTube page, My Base TV. Thank you for watching. I am Mariah Olashainde. Goodbye and God bless Nigeria.